Bye. Hello, thank you for coming. And let me make sure I'm on the right kind of chat. Hi, Zoe. How are you? Make sure it's on live chat. It's on live chat. Good. Thank you for coming. We're going to finish up making our pocketbook today. I'm just waiting on some more people. And I haven't been on because we've had really bad weather. I'm glad you're good, Zoe. So I hadn't been on because we've been bad weather, rainy, stormy, no internet, or internet in and out, that kind of thing. And my 4G's been going in and out, which is just as bad. And I need to make sure that we are set up correctly on the phone. Yes, we are. Because today we're recording from the phone. I'm glad that tomorrow, finally, we're supposed to have good weather. It's supposed to be nice. It's going to still be cold, but it's supposed to be nice. No rain. And that'll be good because it's been rainy all week. Hi, thank you for coming. I see we have somebody else. And Joe normally would have been here on Hangouts with me doing this because she's been doing the pocketbook on Hangouts with me. But Joe had a family emergency that came up this morning. And so Joe is not here. So we need to keep Joe in our prayers and her family. And I haven't heard back from her since then. But that's why she's not here. So I figured since we didn't need to do Hangouts, I would just record from the phone again. I like the camera better. Oh, wow, Zoe. Yeah, our internet's been flaky. In and out, in and out. And I'm hoping the lighting, we changed some lighting things around here. And I'm hoping that it's better. I was hoping to eliminate the shadow we had over here. And it looks, from what I'm looking at, it looks better. So, I don't know. So I'm waiting on some more people. And when I go live on Saturday, we are doing altered boxes Saturday. As much of an altar, whatever we can get done. I'm hoping to finish at least one altered box because I got several to do. Hi, Joy. How are you? Thank you for coming. So we're doing altered boxes on Saturday. We're hopefully going to, this we should get through with today because I was looking at it and really I want to put something here to hold this closed. We got to poke our holes here for hanging things. And then we just have to put some belly bands and some more pockets. And I might put another one of these big pockets back here to put bigger items in. So on Saturday, what time? It'll be 2 Eastern, 1 Central. I was late today. Hubby is outside doing stuff on the room. And so giving him time to make as much noise as possible before I go live. Oh, it is good. Chicken salad sandwiches sound yummy. So I was just going to wait on a few more people before we get started because I know there were people that were crafting along when we were doing it on Saturdays that I haven't been on for the last couple of Saturdays because last Saturday was my anniversary. So didn't come on then. And then Saturday before that, weather issues because we had storms. So, but this is coming right along. And I like how it's coming out. I really like this pocket because it's a nice, big, deep pocket, but we got to hold it closed. And we can go on and get started because people will just come in as they come in. So what I did beforehand to get prepped, I cut out 2 pieces of napkin that will make a 1-inch circle. I don't know which one I want to use. I'm thinking I want to use this one if it'll work. If I can get this to go. There we go. Oh, it will work. What What's wrong with this paper? Most of it'll work. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, because it's not very thick, if I can figure out what I did with my embossing powder. I was going to put embossing powder on it, but I don't see the embossing powder. So we're just going to glue it down. And what will happen is this little flap will just go right behind that, and it will hold it. So we only want to put glue on the very bottom portion of this. And my glue got stopped up again. And I just unstopped it before we went live. And where's the little pin I used to unstop it? Well, I shall get another one. I just unstopped it. And that's just a head pin. Oh, my word. And it bent. Yeah, the head pin bent. Straighten it back out and try again. I can't believe it stopped up that fast. There we go. Okay. I want that to go up, so I want my glue down here. Like that. Just enough to catch it and hold it. So I'm going to press that down for a second. Lift the flap up. So there's that. Hi, thank you for coming. Sounds good, Zoe. Two at once. That would confuse me, Joy. My brain just, sometimes it can't do that. So I have my hole punch. And I am just going to punch some holes across here. That's 3. I get 5 on this top one. Probably only put 4 on this one. That one came kind of close to the end. Yeah, that one. Oh, that one broke. Well, there's no way to fix that. So you want to avoid that. I may put a piece of tape across there later. And I'm going to get 4 across here. Okay. And it just didn't, I just didn't scoot it up far enough, or it moved. Yeah, it moved. So that one I'm going to have to put some tape or something on, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And now we have some more people. Hey. Hi, Jean. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I so appreciate the support. Okay. So once this dries, that'll hold that closed. This, we have the bulb pins, and I make little dangly things to hang in my journals. So the great thing is, that's what these are for. Like if you're making stuff for a journal, I can make it, and I can put it right on here. And so the stuff that I'm making for my journal can all be together. So this could be tags. It could be journaling cards or whatever. All of these pockets can hold different things that you need for your journal. And these are those expandable pockets. So they'll hold a lot of stuff. These are just flat pockets to put tags or whatever into. So you can definitely put some stuff down in there. This is an expandable, nice big pocket. We have our place to put our dangly things. I have some more over here. that we can just put on some bold pens and hang in our little book. So it's when you're making stuff, like I'm making stuff currently for an Artie Mays journal. Then I'm the Winter's Tale. And so as you're making that stuff, you can put it in your little ephemera pocketbook, and it's a place to store it all. Like, I don't think my paper clips made it in here, but I made paper clips for that journal, and that's why we need belly bands. So I'm going to go in and flip this over. But I'm thinking, on this page, I want another great big pocket, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is kind of cheat. We're going to cut an envelope down. I'm going to show you how to do that. So, let's see. We could cut it on both sides so that the flap will still work. That's an idea. And I'm going to do this by hand, which is kind of scary because, yeah. So I'm just going to cut that end off. And we're going to cut this end off. And if I had envelopes this size, it would be much easier than cutting one down. And I don't want this pointy thing. So we're just going to cut straight across there. Get rid of that. Now, what we have is this. So what we want to do is we want to, let me move the book. Glue. See, oh, I thought it stopped up again. We want to put some glue here and some glue over here. And I need a little bit more glue. And we're going to glue that shut again. We have our flap, but it doesn't really match our book, so we need to decorate it, and we're decorating with the birds napkin. So let's see here. And we got to keep in mind that we only have like this much space to decorate. So I'm thinking we'll do this. Let me take that off there. And I use the glue stick first. Jean, how are you today? Hi, Susan. How are you? Thank you for coming. So I'm going to go in and put my glue stick on my envelope and only put it where I want my napkin to go. And then I can trim where it's not stuck. If I were brave, I would fold this down. Oh, that doesn't cover. Oh, I cut too much off. Well, we'll fix that when we put the decoration on it. You know what? Hang on. I'll fix it real fast. I cut too much of my pointy part off. So, I need to do a little surgery. What I need to do is extend it. But for now, now it's long enough. What I was going to say is, if I were brave, I would close this down and I would cover the whole thing with napkin and then cut it. I'm not that brave. So, why is that? Well, we'll just glue it down. I don't know why it's like that, but I think it's where part of the envelope had two pieces on it or something. Okay, so we see that from the inside. It won't show from the other side in a minute. But I want my napkin. So let's see. I want to get as much of this as possible. And I'm going to smooth it all down. And now I can cut away the parts I don't need. Trying to keep this on camera so y'all can watch what I'm doing. I'm kind of cutting upside down and backward. I can trim it better in just a moment. See, like that's kind of ragged. I'm not worried about that right now because that has to go anyway. Now I am looking at my envelope to see where to do this at. And it needs to come up this edge. Oh, we cut off his little head. Well, we can fix that with the flat part. At least when it's closed, he'll have a head. Okay. That's kind of rough. That is very rough. I don't like it. Okay. So, then what we can do is, we need another. If you line this up correctly, we can, I'm going to need to trim it, but go, I can put that, straighten that up a little bit. Let's see if we can get our bird lined up. Okay, let me get my glue stick. And this still needs to be sealed. But I'm trying to make it so that when our envelope is closed, our bird looks pretty. And that bird cage is crooked. Okay, straighten. Let's get the bar lined up. There we go. Line up that bar. The rest should follow. And I will need to trim it again, the excess. And this one's going to be easier because I can just open it up and cut along the lines of the envelope. So now, let me put some glue stick under there. Now I need to find this part over here. That's this part. Unfold, unfold, unfold. So let's see. If I line that up like that. That should work. And the words will line up too. That'll be cool. Okay. So back to the gluing. So this is how you make it look like you did magical things that you didn't, really did. Okay. So back to putting that down here at the bottom. Okay, wait a minute. Something is not right. And I love the glue stick because it allows me to move my napkin around a little bit. And then again, we're just going to flip it up and cut it off. Because we don't need these parts. My scissors are just not. They're sticky and they're sticking and okay. So I'm going to just put some glue stick under here. And go back and trim again. Because those blue scissors missed some stuff. Trim this off the back. And we can trim the bottom edge. Go back up this side. Those blue scissors were, I don't know, I need to wash them. They've got stuff on them. Okay. So now we got our flap done. And it'll flip up. Our envelope is done. I need to seal it before I put it in the book. So that's the next step, is sealing the envelope. And I see that we have more people join. Oh, Jean, you're getting snow. Jean, where are you if you're getting, 3 inches. Oh, goodness. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, I'm making more napkin stuff, Kathy. How are you today? Hi, Tanya. How are you? Thank you all for coming. Okay. I can't put the link into my Etsy store, but in my Etsy store, I had told y'all last time I was live that I was going to be putting in purple material. It is in, I put it up earlier today. The material is in the Etsy store. There are 4 pieces and they're listed. There are 2 that are 30, they're 3.5 feet. They're listed as 36.5 inches by 36 inches. I believe is how it's listed. So there's 2 pieces that are that size. And then there are 2 pieces that are 14 inches by 36 inches. And they are different prices. And you'll see that. I wish I could have, Kathy. I think it would have been a lot of fun. So, Kathy, are you able to put a link up to my Etsy store in here? Because I know that I can't do it while I'm live. Either you or Zoe. I don't know if Tanya knows how to do it or not. But they are up. The fabrics are up in the store, ready to be sold. And I need to seal that. So, paintbrush is what I was going for. But I did want to say, you know, that they're up and they're ready to go. Also, my Christmas journal that I did for Tsunami Rose is up and in the Etsy store. I have another one that's going to go up. I have to do a walkthrough later of a black and white journal I did for newbie junk journalers. It was, it started out black and white, and then we could add color, and I added gold. So mine is black, white, and gold, and I think it came out really nice. So that's going up in the Etsy store later, once I do the walkthrough video on it. But I did get the material put up. I'm still working on ephemera. With everything I got going on, ephemera is just not happening yet. It's coming. Oops. Put that down. Oh, it folded under. See if I can undo it. No, and I don't want to tear my napkin. So we're just going to leave it. I can put a little piece of blue there in a moment from another napkin. And then this will be set aside to dry. while we're working on our belly bands. To go in our little pocketbook, and let me find a little piece of Bluebird to go there. That's, here we go. A blue scrap. Just some blue. To fill in where the napkin messed up. There we go. And to keep us from having, and I'm just going to tuck it under because we're going to glue the back down anyway. So there we go. A fix. Oh no, and it's stuck. I should not have flipped it over. Note to self, don't flip over wet napkin paper. And I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to lay it. Oh, how am I going to lay this to dry? I'm going to stand it somehow off to the side. There we go. To dry. And I'm going to wipe this off where it got stuck so nothing else sticks. Upper New York State, Gene. Oh, my. Well, we've had a lot of rain here. I'm in Alabama. We've had a lot of rain here. And no snow, thank goodness. But it was like 18 degrees this morning. And that's cold for here. That's like really cold for here. At this time of year. Normally it's like January. Okay, so dry that off. So here, we're going to put our envelope back here. And I wanted to do belly bands here. So, and y'all, I freehand a lot of stuff. So, yeah. I want the pink scissors. So, double thickness of file folder is always fun to cut. That's okay. I'll get 2 belly bands for the price of 1, which I want to anyway. I don't want them to be that wide, though. Okay, we're going to cut that off. I'm going to use this end. I'm going to cut this off. Hopefully, I can get this to cut straight. And since I don't want them that wide, I'm going to fold this in half. All of my scissors need to be cleaned. And I'm just trimming it down because it was not cut straight because I'm not using the cutter. Okay. And now I'm going to cut it on this fold line. And it's the purple material that I talked about last time that's in the Etsy store. Okay, so for belly bands, I am going to measure. Boy, that's still not straight. I may have to go get the cutter, y'all. Wait a minute. And because I'm just using them to put stuff under, there's going to be room here for them to have plenty of stuff under them, even when they're glued down. Let me go grab my cutter because I'm freehanding that's not making it straight. I'll be right back. Okay, this should help get us straight. I will put the link into the Etsy store, though, as soon as the video is over. And I can make this side straight. Oh, that's bad. And I can straighten out this little edge. There we go. Now we're good. So we need to find a spot to set that. Okay. Let's see. I need more napkin paper. Move our book out of the way temporarily. Ooh, I like that piece with all those birds on it. I like that. However, I don't want to cut their little heads off. And I'd like to have the cardinal. And if I do it like that, I get everybody. Yep. We get everybody. But I may want to slide it back up. I want more of these yellow birds down here. Okay. So, glue stick. I like that strip with all those birds on it. And let's see, make sure I don't cut their little heads off. There we go. And now I'll just pick it up and we can trim it. But with the red scissors. So how's everybody been doing? And what's everybody doing? Kathy's been real busy. So what's everybody been doing? Okay. Now I need to seal this, so let's see. I left my brush dunked in my varnish stuff. And we're just gonna and I'm gonna set this aside to dry so that we can put it in our book in a moment. Set it over here. And now we're going to work on the other one. But I need to cut it down. So let's see. Get our book back. I'm going to fold it where I want it to go. Well, no, I'm not. Because I need to make the ends straight. The ends are not straight. Either end. So let's see. I'm going to cut off. I got glue on my finger. A little bit there. And now that these are straight, we will cut that off and we will cut that off. And see how straight we are not. Oh no, that's pretty straight. So I'm good there. Unfold. I was just checking to see if it was straight or crooked. So it's pretty straight. I need to check the length. Make sure I cut off enough. I did not cut off enough. Okay. So I need to cut off probably, I'm going to redo the ends on both ends. So cut off about that much on that end. And check it now. And there we go. Perfect. So we need to cover it with napkin. I'm going to need to get a new napkin. Nope, I got one right here. In my little stack of stuff. Okay. I really like that birds going up the side. We don't have it. Oh, yes, we do. So I'm going to make my belly bands match. There we go. We'll put this napkin aside because we've got pockets to make in a minute. And we're going to put the book aside. And we are, oh Lordy, what happened? Did I cut the wrong ones off? What did I do wrong? And that should have been long enough. The other one was, unless the other belly band is like really short. Let's check. It's not much shorter. Well, let's see, what can we do here? I thought I got a strip that long. Maybe not. We'll go back over to this side. Save that for later. This one should work. Oh, I don't want to cut his little head off. We'll cut around him. Okay. Now we should have it. We do. Yay. Oh, Lordy. Where I went around the bluebird's nose. We got a problem. I'm not going to worry about it. It's just going to all blend in a minute. And we need our glue stick back again. And let me check on chat. Thank y'all for supporting each other. That means a lot to me. Hi, King Taco. How are you? Thank you for coming. I really appreciate everybody subscribing to everybody or supporting each other. And that's my goal, is to build a very supportive community amongst us all. Okay, let's see. I missed some glue. Okay. And we're going to put this back. But we don't want to cut their little heads off. These birds are gorgeous. I love this napkin. Okay, we're going to flip it over. Trim it. Okay, the little yellow bird lost its little head. One of them. And we're going to cut off the top. Okay. Now we are, and I wonder why my scissors don't work. Because they get gluey stuff on them. The way I clean them, y'all, is at the sink with a scrubby. Same way you would clean any other metal, stainless steel objects. Scrubby with soap on it. And I just use dish soap. Okay. Now we need to seal this. You'd think I'd quit cutting gluey stuff with my scissors. And I'm just going to wrap that little piece around. We're not going to see it because it's on the back. Okay, and set this one aside to dry. My finger got stuck to it. Okay, so those are all set aside to dry. So we have our holes cut for dangly things. And we got 2 of those in there already. Then we have an envelope, 2 belly bands, and I'm thinking another envelope, but I want to do it different. And I'm taking another white envelope. I want a big pocket. Cut it in half. I am going to seal it shut. Well, the flat part. And my glue sealed up again. Oh, I think it's coming. This little bottle closes up fast. So I'm just going to seal the little flap closed. And I'm going to go get my bigger punch. We can punch a hole right there. Right back again. I finally got a 2.5-inch circle punch so that I could make those coins. Oh, I should have probably done this first. Oh, it's going to work. And there you go. Now we got a little circle. And for the front of this, I think I just want to put the bird cage on here. See if I have a better bird cage part. That's pretty. I think that one is better. But what I'm thinking, I don't want to cut his little beak off. Okay, so we're going to need to trim some of the side down. And thinking about using some of this really decrepit book paper. Now, this paper came in a book, and this paper is really, you can't fold it. It's very brittle. But it's great for doing this kind of thing with. So I'm just going to tear some of it off. I bought the book because the cover was in great shape, and I knew I would be able to use the book cover to make a journal. I'll try to go around this hole a little bit. I'm going to glue these down, but this makes it a little easier not to have to trim it back out again. That works. And then I'll put some more down below. So I bought the book so I could use the cover. I knew the book pages were very brittle, but they are good for this as long as they have a backing. And they're such a pretty color. Uh-oh. What was next? I think this one was right there. So let's glue it in place. And that's Mod Podge in the bottle. Homemade Mod Podge. Put it in place. And then we'll put and I will look at chat in just a moment. Oh, and y'all, I got my anniversary present. My husband outdid himself. He got me a Big Shot Plus machine. So now die cuts are on my wish list for everything. For holidays, birthdays, it's everything. And the one he got me came with a couple of die cuts. So that's good. Or die cutter thingies, dies, whatever they are. So I've been wanting one. And so that's what I got for my anniversary present. I thought it was wonderful. And it was a complete surprise. So I'm just going to try not to glue myself to my paper. And this needs to be glued better. I think I'm just going to do this and then I can just lay paper on it. How about that? Thank you, Susan. Yeah, our anniversary was last Saturday, which is why I wasn't live last Saturday. Spent time with the hubby. Played with my anniversary present. I think I want to turn that around the other way and trim it off because I don't want that margin on there. Here we go. We'll put this one like that. And I'm going to need to try to see, and this is where the chippy paper can be a problem. There, because I didn't have glue on top of that where it laid down. So let's fix that on this one before I put it in place. I kind of don't want them to all go the same direction. So I will make another paper. To go in here. Oh. And this also is going to take this little tiny, as thin as the envelope, because you know how thin envelopes are. And this will thicken or sturdy up the envelope by adding the paper to it. I am going to let it dry before I try to add my napkin to it, though. Okay. I think we'll put this one going this way. Make sure I get enough glue. And we'll trim that extra off. I love the color of this paper. I think this is what our goal is when we coffee dye paper, is to get this color. I have never gotten this color when I coffee dye paper. And I purchased this from Patty Lang. She does like a D-stash sale, or I don't know. She goes to auctions and gets books and stuff. And that's where I got the book, was from Patty Lang. And I have one more little spot down here. I'm just going to put some and I will trim it off. Well, that one's not long enough. That one ain't either. This one is. I don't want the margin on it. I'm kind of picky. There we go. And I'm going to wipe my hands, and I'll check on chat and see how we're doing. I just love the color of that book paper. It is so pretty. And then we got our bird that we're going to put on there once this is dry. Uh-oh, I may have missed a spot right under here. And I missed that spot. I don't want to put a corner. I want words. Or text. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside to dry over here. And wipe my fingers off. We'll check chat. And then I think we're going to be ready to go on and put our belly bands in. Maybe this other envelope. And then we get to decorate the outside with leftover bits. Let me pick up my book paper pieces. Which is hard because it just wants to crumple. It just wants to crumple. I was surprised I was able to tear them out in full pages without it crumpling, to be honest. But once it's out, it's like it just wants to break apart. Okay. Let me check on chat. Hi, Judy. Hi, Sue. How are y'all? Thank you for coming. Thank y'all for taking care of our little trolley friend. I didn't see him. I'm going back through chat. So I guess you were the troll catcher. Oh, and how is your mom, Sue? Think about you all the time when I don't see you, and I hadn't been getting on much. So we're going to go back here. This is where we started with our little button thing. And I'm just going to lift it. Put the little flap under there, and that will hold that envelope closed. This is where our belly bands are going to go, but we need to decorate this. Everything is decorated. Yes, it is. Nope, that one's not. So do we want to decorate it and then put belly bands? I think we will leave it plain to match this and put our belly bands on it. And then here we have our envelopes. So our belly bands should be dry. And we're going to just glue them. Actually, I'm not going to glue them, and I'm going to tell you why. Here's what I found out. This paper's treated. This is not, however, well, it's a middle file folder. I have found that no matter what glue I used, if my paper has been treated and coated to keep it from bleeding, the glue doesn't stay. However, double-sided tape does. Oh, Sue, I'm sorry. So we're going to use double-sided tape at the top and bottom of this just to make it hold. So if you have a problem with glue sticking and you've coated your paper, and usually it's if you put coated paper to coated paper is where that happens. And I seal all my pages. That's what it is. It's got nothing to do with your glue. It's got to do with the coating on the paper that's preventing it from sticking. The double-sided tape doesn't seem to have that problem. So, but I forget I have it. I do. I forget that I have the double-sided tape. So we are going to put this end up here. And it's a little bit long, which is fine. That just means our belly band has room for expansions. And when we get stuff in there, well, I can pull it up, I'll trim it. Oh no. See, and it did pull up. I will flatten it, flip it, and trim it. Maybe. I'll flap it, flip it, and trim it. I'm trimming upside down again. There we go. Trimmed. And just burnish it really well to make it stick down. We are also going to play with the jelly plate, probably Tuesday or Thursday of next week. Thank you. And Patricia Stubbs got me the jelly plate. I am going to play with it because I need to make some backgrounds for a digital kit that I'm working on for a planner book. I want a planner that I don't have to poke a bunch of holes in, cut paper in half. So I'm making my own. But then I was thinking, I can't be the only one that wants such a thing. I mean, I'm a journal maker. I don't want to make a notebook thingy. I mean, they have planner kits available, but every one of them that I saw, you had to cut the pages out. Well, you printed it. You had to cut the pages in half. Then you had to poke holes in it and put it in a binder. That's not what I want to do. I want to do it like a journal. So I have figured out the calendar pages I want and the weekly pages, which will leave me enough room to put my notes and stuff on. But they need background images. So I was thinking I would make my own background images by making painting papers with the colors that would correspond to that time of year. So, and you can run painting paper through your printer and print on it. I'm just going to, now this one is a little short, so I'm just going to kind of try to center it. And there we go. Now what I put on my belly bands are paper clips. And I made some earlier. Well, they're sort of made, sort of not all the way made. But I got to find them because now I've made a mess on my desk. So this is an altered paper clip. It still is usable as a paper clip as well as you can hang things from it. So see, it is completely usable as a paper clip. So this, you could stick on your belly band. Now what you can do with this paper clip once you have it altered is you can decorate it. I just had to figure out where the open, which way does this one open? There you go. Right there. So put that one. I hope I didn't glue it shut. That would have been bad. Find the edges. There we go. And yep, I glued it shut. Y'all see that? I glued it shut. Well, I'm going to trim it. Maybe I can free it. I cannot free my paper clip. Oh, well, that one's completely garbage. But I was going to show you how to make these. I glued that one shut. So what you do, take your tickets. Bye, Tanya. Bye, Sue. Yep, mods, be on the lookout for the trolley peoples. And thank y'all both for coming. You take your paper clip. You slide the ticket between the two legs. Decide how much, if any, you want to hang out. And then you glue it. Now, I cut mine off first, but I made some other ones this way. Oh, that's a lot of glue. Let me wipe some of that off of there. Anyway, you glue it. You just press it down and you glue it shut around that leg of the paper clip. And once this dries, this leg, you just build up on the back of it. So that's where you could put a any tag or anything that you're wanting to embellish your journal with. But you still have this leg. So you take your other ticket, slide it under this one, slide it up so that they match. And again, you put your glue, and I always put it in the middle to make sure that that part seals good. And around the bottom. And you fold it closed and you seal it. The main thing is just to make sure that this is not sealed around the whole thing. I didn't do that very well on that one. That was not good. Because as long as that's not sealed, you want all these edges like this. You want this to be sealed down. You want this edge to be sealed, but you don't want them to be sealed together. As long as they're not sealed together, your paper clip will work like a paper clip. And then you can put whatever you want on each side of this. You can decorate both sides, and it is still fully functional as a paper clip. Well, now that I got it off of here, it's not going to go back. There we go. Separate them out. So it's fully functional as a paper clip still. So that's how I've been making my altered paper clips lately. If I'm going to decorate them for a journal. Like, so if I'm going to put like a mini tag on it or something like that, or ribbon or lace, this is where I start. And that way it's more stable, more sturdy. So we got that. We got our belly band. We got some things on our belly band. Now we have our 2 envelopes to put in here. One is over there still drying. This one we're going to put like this. And it's dry now. And we're going to put a circle. I had that other circle. Where did it go? That I could cut out. That I made earlier. From the napkin on here. I wanted the words. So let's see. I need to cut some of this off. There we go. And so this is going to do the same thing. It's going to be a flap holder. So what we want to do, so I'm just going to flip it over and put glue right here on the bottom edge. And put it down and press it. So that's going to hold our flap closed when it dries. But in the meantime, we are going to glue this whole napkin, the envelope, down to the back page of our journal. And this will allow me a spot to put bigger tags, because I like to make some bigger tags, bigger pieces of ephemera, bigger pieces of journaling cards, and all of that kind of thing. As I'm working, because I kind of work on a journal backward. I get my pages all printed out, figure out my layout of my pages, and then I start working on pockets and things to put on those pages. And tags in my ephemera. Or that's how I've been doing it lately. And I haven't had anything left over by doing them that way. The Christmas one and the black and white one, I made both of them that way. Okay, so that's ready. Oops, see? The glue on the sealed paper. I'm going to put double-sided tape again. And we're just going to put it right about there. And I'm going to trim it off. And I'm probably out of camera while I'm trimming the corners off that. I'm going to burnish it down really good. And I'm going to peel it off. Maybe. There we go. Now I got to close this again to figure out exactly where to place this. There we go. Now that'll stay. Okay, so we have this envelope in. We got our belly bands in. We got our hangy things. We put that in. So the only other thing we have left to do and decorate the outside is our other envelope, which is not finished. So I can now trim these off. And then I got to find my bird cage I was going to use. I see it. Okay. That's not glued down. Just going to put a little tiny glue under there, which doesn't matter because I'm fixing to go over the whole thing with some glue stick for our bird cage. Oh, that's not the right bird cage. Where's the one I cut? Didn't I cut out a bird cage? I did. I know I cut out a bird cage. Well, phooey. Well, we can use this bird cage. Doesn't matter. It's still the same thing. Except I don't want this ring on the top. Cut that off. And I want it slid over so the bird will work. And come down just a little bit. Okay, so let's get our glue stick ready to go. And put our bird cage back on here. Hope I'm on camera. And we're going to trim it again, and then we're going to seal it. Oh, Lordy, be me. Sticky scissors aren't wanting to cut. Okay, hang on. I shall take the time to get some of the glue off the scissors. Okay, let's see if that's better. Much better. Okay. So let's see, we need to seal that again. And I'm going to seal the whole thing, including the book paper. I like how it looks with the book paper behind it. I think it's very pretty. And we're going to have to set this aside to dry again. But it's the last thing we have to put in our book. So, let me check on chat. Bye, Kathy. Thank you for coming. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? So, Jean, what a troll is. I haven't had one till today. I was lucky. They come in. They're not they usually say some offhand, off color something, um, or ask some kind of off color question or something. And the moderators, who are the wrench holders, will take care of the troll. So I haven't had any trolls until today. And Sue took care of our one little troll that we had. So evidently today I haven't been on any lives to see how bad the trolls have been. Evidently, from what Sue says, trolls have been bad today. But that's what a troll is. It's just somebody who comes in basically to cause trouble. Thank you, Jean, for coming. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, Susan. Thank you for coming. So what we have left to do is decorate the outside. I did put my stampy thing on here and sign it, so I will not put any decoration there. But I love this great big bushy flower. I'm going to cut it out of the black and white napkin. And I'm not really fussy cutting, but sort of fussy cutting, but not really. See, I can put this right here. So we're going to glue stick it down. So what the stamp says is it says inspired by life, created by hand. And then it's got my Foxy's Creations FC 2018 and my initials. And then I have this little angel stamp that I put under it. Nick, your phone. Hubby's home because of weather. Okay. So now we got this put down. And we need to put a little thin layer of sealer over it. And the sealer doesn't take long to dry. And what I seal with is polyacrylic. It's Minwax polyacrylic. It's the water-based one. And it's a matte finish. And I just put a thin layer over the top, and it does not take it long at all to dry. So, let's see. I'm going to flip the book. Try to get it towards the middle. So there we go. Because I want to decorate the spine, and we can decorate the front cover while that's drying. And then we can put our other envelope in. So, let's see. I have another whole napkin over here, if I need it. I think I'm going to put something from the birds down this, if I can find something. But the birds are kind of big for the spine. They are. We could use part of birds. So let's start with the cardinal, because I don't want to cut him up. Okay, so we can put the cardinal. Oh, we can just turn him a little bit. That'll work. So let me just cut around him so we can get him on there to fit. So, and I don't want to cut his little beak off. Or his little feet. That's his feet. And I'm just going to cut that branch. Now, I can put him, we may need to cut some of his little tail off. That's horrible. We'll do that. And now we can put the glue stick when I figure out where I put it over here in my mess. Put him up here. And that's what I like about this pocketbook is it will stand up in a bookcase or stand up and you can, if the spine's decorated, it's very pretty. And it's something that's handmade that you make. Now I will cut out these two and see if I can keep them together. I may not be able to. Okay, we're going to cut them out one by one. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to sit him, so we're going to need to cut him off too. Just give him a little trim. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, and we are going to just put him right here. Okay, and then we have this one. Let me trim around him a little bit better. Pretty sure we're going to lose his tail anyway. Oh, we could have kept his tail. Maybe not. Yeah, we're going to lose his tail. We'll cut him back and put him right there. And I think that's the last bird that we need on our cover, on our spine. So we're just going to stick him down like that. Okay, now I got to figure out what I want on here. And there is another really big flower that I like. Oh, here we go. I'm sticking, hang on. Let me close up the glue stick. I love this great big flower. And it will fit on there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just kind of cut around it a little bit. Okay, let me cut across the bottom a little. And I think I want that right there on the middle of the front. And I think that will be good. What do you guys think? And I see that we had more people come in. Thank you for coming. I'm going to look at chat in just a minute. Let me get this flower glued down. And then I'm going to put sealer on all of this so it can be drying. And then we'll go put our last envelope in our little pocketbook. And the pocketbook will be done. Okay, that little part's not sealing down, so I'll just lift it. Put some glue. There we go. So I'm going to seal this, and then I'll look at chat, and we can talk while everything dries. We already sealed that side. And I love the polyacrylic water-based. It's really a good finish. And we're going to seal our little birds down. Okay. So there's those. We're just going to let that dry while I look at chat and see who came in. Hi, Joe. It was Tanya that took care of the trolley dude? Okay. Oh, good, Joe. I'm so glad to hear. I am glad to hear that he's going to be okay. And y'all don't forget about the Etsy store, and the purple material is in the Etsy store listed. There are 2 pieces of each size in there. Okay, so that needs to dry the rest of the way. And we have our one last envelope, which is drying, to put down in there, and it will all be good. And I probably should seal that. It stays on ink, so it's not going anywhere, but the ink pen could run. So I'm just going to apply a really thin coat over this. Just to seal that part. And I'm going to start putting that on everything that I make, handmade, everything I make. So my journals have it in there, usually in the back cover, both of the new journals. My older ones do not, because I wasn't doing it then. I could go back and stamp it probably. But that's going to be in all of them in the back cover. Angels have a special meaning for me since my dad passed. So, okay, great, Joe. Yeah, just PM me when you get home. But I'm glad everything's is going okay and everything's fine. So I found that little angel stamp and I thought that was cute. This is looking really pretty. Oh, it's still not dry yet. We'll give it another minute. And then Saturday, altered boxes. We're going to start with the one for my niece. And we're going to go from there. And it's an altered cigar box. They've already been painted pink. Her favorite color is pink. Hi, Tanya. Good. And so we're going to start with her favorite. They're both pink, but hers is like a little darker of a pink. And we're going to start with hers. She's 8. And I've got the laces and everything all picked out. I have never done an altered box. I have seen altered boxes. So this is going to be kind of fun. It's going to be an experiment anyway. I figured I would start with hers because she's 8. And if there's mistakes, she won't care before I move on to my daughter-in-law's, who's 30-something. Or no, she's in her late 20s. Tristan might care if there's mistakes. So I figured I would practice on Libby's first. And then we'll work on the other one. And we may get them both Saturday. Hubby has to work. Hubby has not worked all week because of weather. But hubby is working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Saturday, I have nothing to do but go live. And weather's going to be good. So we can go live on Saturday and work on those. And I'm trying to clean up where I put paper clips and stuff. I have more bulb pins out. I need to put those over here so I can get them in their little baggie when we're done. That's dry. That's the last thing I did, and it is not dry. We're going to give it a second. And then we'll be able to flip it over and put our last pocket in, which is still not dry either. I may have to get the heat gun. I'm going to fan this pocket. And I'm sure y'all can probably hear my husband in the background talking. He's talking to my mom. I know, Sue, this weather, and you're in New Hampshire. So there was Jean. Oh, Jean, where did he say she was from? Oh, Lordy. Up north, they had snow. 3 inches of snow. So you're probably Upper New York's where Jean is from. And they had snow. So did you get snow in New Hampshire already? Sure, you probably did. And that's why they didn't work this morning. It was the They were thinking there might be ice up on the roof. I'm going to take my 2-inch punch and I'm going to punch this hole. I'm going to just neaten it up a little bit. Uh-oh, I can't. Oh, yeah. Let's just do it. I'm just going to trim it just a tiny bit. There, that should do it. Yep, I trimmed just a tiny hair off of it, just to neaten it up where the book paper was. And there's my little tiny trimming. Oh, tonight you're getting snow. Oh, bless y'all. A friend of mine lives in Ohio. They've already had snow. It's way early for everybody to be getting snow. I need to fan this around some more. It's not dry. I'm making my mom one of those altered boxes, the altered ink boxes, out of that napkin. And it's almost done. I just, have to cut it and finish gluing the napkin, and I have yet to paint the inside of the box. I'm thinking I want to paint it blue. I have a blue that's about that color. I'm thinking I want to paint it blue, and I want to put this big bird cage off of another napkin inside the lid. So that's hers. She requested one of those for her end table in her living room, and then a friend of mine saw them, and she requested that I make 4 or 5 for Christmas presents. So I'll be doing that, and they're going to be commissioned, and I'll be selling those. I'm thinking about, because I have so many of them, making more. Oh, we lost a little piece of paper. I'm not going to worry about it, y'all. I'm thinking about making some and putting them in my Etsy store out of the different napkins that I have. I know the weather. See, we went straight from summer to needing heat. We went straight from we needed air to needing heat. And that's crazy. And that's dry enough. I can put it down. I just need to make sure, because I don't want to turn this over and my napkins aren't dry. Okay, we are good. So this pocket, and so see how our little flap is going to work. We got plenty of room, as long as I didn't glue. Oh, did I glue this down? There we go. Plenty of room in our envelope here. Oh, I need to trim that off. There we go. Nicely trimmed. Just give it a little haircut. Okay. And over here too, where the raggedy edge is. Boy, howdy. I didn't do such a good job today at cutting this stuff. There we go. So, and I did a boo-boo, so I fixed it. But we can always put napkin in there if you wanted to put napkin in there. You could put something pretty. But that's how that's going to stay shut, is this little circle's going to hold it shut. And this pocket, I'm going to put, did I make my pocket too big for my page? Oh, no. I may have. How in that, because the back cover's bigger, Brenda. Let's see. Okay, so we have to do some trimming. I'm going to trim this side down and glue it back shut. It's that simple. Now let's measure it. That'll work. So all I'm going to do is open this up. Take the little thin pointy glue that's stopped up again. This bottle, and I can't keep track of my little things I'm using to unstop it. There's one. And I mean, it stops up fast too. Okay, there's where the stoppage is, because I can't get the pin to go in any further. There it went. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a very thin little bead of glue right on. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right along this edge right here, where we had to modify a little bit. And then I'm just going to press it down and seal it shut. There we go. Now our envelope pocket fits our page. It will close. I'm making sure. And then when it closes, it's still wanting this. And I done glued. But let me cut it just a little bit more. And it's still sealed, so that's good. I'm just going to press it. Well, maybe not. No, let's just put some more glue. I'd rather put more glue and have it sealed than have stuff fall out of my pocket. Don't want stuff to fall out of our pockets. That's not good. There we go. Okay. And I am going to trim off this bottom edge a little bit. Straighten that up while we're at it. Now, if I put it in here and I close the book, you know what? That is not my pocket. That's funny. Let's trim this paper back. There. But we're now going to glue our pocket in. Now, when you glue your pocket in, you have options. You could just glue around the edge and make it so you could still put tags and stuff back there. And I really think I might do it that way so that I have a double pocket. So I am going to glue around the edge, around the bottom edge, and back up around this edge. And I'm going to leave the back completely open. And I am going to glue this down. And I'm going to wipe up any seepage. And this is still sticky and tacky, so I don't want to close our book at all. What is that? So fuzzy. We have a fluff. There we go. Okay. And so that just needs to stick down. So I'm going to do a flip through of our little pocket book. So this is the front cover. And then this is an ephemera book. It's what we're going to use to stack our ephemera in. That sounds like me too, Sue. So these were the little pockets that we made where we made the expandable by putting that little fold in the sides of the pocket so that it will hold more things or thicker things. And then we have these to put like tags and smaller things in. These are kind of tight down to the page, but you can still put a couple of tags. Then there's this big pocket that you can put bigger things in. There's plenty of room in this big pocket. And it's got one of these little circly things back here to hold it. Our little hangy circles so we can hang stuff. Our belly bands to put our paper clips on, put bigger cards behind, bigger tags behind. It could be a place where, like, and I'll show you in the one I made that's the prototype. This one has more hangy things in it. I had a short belly band that I could put ribbon and stuff behind. That's what I'm working on for my sunflower journal. This belly band, I put pockets with cards in them behind. And this one I stored paper clips on. So your belly bands can be used for many different things. And then we have this pocket here that we just put on, which I'm going to lift up if I'm not careful. And then we have our last little envelope pocket here, which you can also have plenty of room to store stuff in. And we put that little flap there. And then we decorated the back. So this is our little pocket book, and I'm going to leave it open so that this can dry because it's not quite dry. So that's our pocket book. We have now completed it. So since we have completed the pocket book project, our next thing that we're going to be working on is the altered boxes. They are cigar boxes that have already been, I already painted them. Already did the base coat and painted them. Pardon the rattly paper while I put these away. I've already done the base coats. Hey, I'm back. I'm reversing the camera. Can you all see me? Hello, hello. Sue, can y'all see me? Yes, Tanya's here. Okay, Tanya. Yes, I'm back. The app shut down again. I hadn't had that problem in a while. But the app wasn't responding, so I don't know what happened, but I lost some people. So I have live chat up so I can catch up, but at least it let me resume. Thank you, Nick. So I was able to resume. Nick, you got to cut your phone off. Okay, so what I was saying before I started buffering was, oh, it's just Tanya and Nick? No, there's more. So thank y'all for waiting around. I really appreciate it. I see we have 4. The app shut down on me. But what I was saying is we're going to start the altered boxes on Saturday, finish them on Tuesday, hopefully. Thursday, we're going to make painty papers for the journal calendar thing. I'm trying to figure out how to make it a digital download for you guys on Etsy. It won't be there. It won't have a huge cost at all. But you would only have to download 14 pages. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Yeah, you'd only have to, it's only 14 pages total, the 12 monthly pages, which would all have a different background, hopefully. And then the weekly page, that's only 13 pages. So it's 13 pages plus a cover. Or you make your own cover, something. So anyway, I don't know if anybody else would be interested. If you are interested, just comment below that that's something you'd be interested in. It's going to be like a journal where it would have a cover, one signature, hopefully. One signature in the cover for your month, for your calendar. And I'll do it that way so I could sew it in. I don't have to worry about punching holes in paper, cutting up paper, and that kind of thing. I'm really happy with how the book turned out. I need to keep that open so I can dry. Really happy with how our little book came out. Our pocket ephemera book. And now I have 2 of them. And when I stand them up in my little shelf, that's how they're going to look side by side. So I can stand them up. I can store stuff in them for my different journals. And I usually have more than one journal at a time going. So 2 of these will be coming in handy. And I keep closing my book. 2 of them will come in handy. Having the 2. Joy, what happened was the app shut down. And so finally it recognized on my phone that the app had shut down, or I got the message, it's not responding, and I hit go live again and it let me resume, which is always great when it does that. But that's what happened. The app, the YouTube app shut down. I haven't had that happen in a minute. And I tried going over to Wi-Fi and everything thinking it was my signal, but no, that's why I had Nick bring it up on the phone and he was having a problem seeing it too. I'm thinking about making stuff like this. I hope y'all can see that. Down. Can y'all see that? Bring it up. There you go. I'm thinking about making something like this to go in the Artie Mays journal, which is a Winter's Tale. The one I'm making. It's from her Winter's Tale kit. But not green, not so much green as a blue, because hers looks like ice. Thank you, Tanya. Hers looks like ice, but with the same with the silver bling in there, just with a different glitter mix. And I mix this is a glitter mix that I made myself. So it would have more of a bluey, silvery tint to it than this does. But I think I'm going to make some of these to go in that journal as the little dangle bits. As the little dangly parts. And this is one where I just wrapped the paper around the paper clip and then I applied glue all around it, dipped it in my little mix because I mix it in a bowl. I dipped it in my little bowl of glitter and then I let it dry and then I added the bling to it. And here's one that's more blue, but this is, well, that's because it's on blue paper. It's the same glitter mix, but it's on blue paper. So it looks more blue. So that's what I think I'm going to do for my Artie Mae's journal, is make some like little icicle looking things. Because her journal is a bluish, that kit is like a bluish snow kind of thing. It's very pretty. And that's going to be one of the journals that we're working on once I'm past the altered boxes. I have the week of Thanksgiving. Of course, I will not be live on Thursday, which is next. Oh, that's right. That's a week from today. Y'all know Thanksgiving is a week from today. So next Thursday, we won't be live. For the holiday. And then the 1st of December is my birthday. I will be live that day. I think it's on a Saturday, but I'm not sure. I'll be live that day because we're going to be doing a happy birthday celebration to me where I'm going to have a couple of giveaways. Y'all might be seeing these again. And some other things. So I'll be doing that. Giveaways on my birthday. And we're going to be working on journals that I'm making. I got the Artie Mae's one is for my, well, I'm going to put it up in the store, but it's a winter's tale. I am making one for my niece for Christmas. So I got to start working on that. But I can't start working on that till after the 21st when I can print stuff. And then we have the secret journal that I won't be working on online because I can't, because it's for someone who can't know. So that's the secret journal. I can do a walkthrough when it's done, but it's going to be an altered book. So both of those, I decided that my nieces, I got to go to Dollar Tree and I want to get like a 500-page book. Joy, you did a 500-page book, didn't you? Because I'm trying to figure out for hers, because it's going to be like a cross between a journal and an album. I wanted to get like a 500-page book and make sure that I have all the pages covered that are left after I pull the paper out. But I'm only going to decorate to a point, and then she's going to be able to add to it. It's like for her family, you know, so I'll be able to decorate it to a point, and then she's going to finish it. Is there anything that you guys want to see that I'm not doing? I know I want to do more polymer clay, but right now I really have to get the Christmas stuff pushed out that I'm working on. And whatever the design team project is for December, when it comes up, I'll be working on that. But is there anything you all want to see? Whether it be polymer clay, journals are my love. So we're going to be doing a lot of journals on this channel, hopefully making different ephemera and that kind of thing. We might be, when I'm working on a journal, working on making ephemera for a journal, for me to use in that journal, different ways I do it, that kind of thing. So, but if there is, for anybody that's not even on here that might be watching later, if there's stuff that you want to see, put it in the comments, because that's how I'm going to know what you all want to see. What do you want to do? I want to do some more beading stuff, but probably not jewelry making. I have an idea for things for the beading things I want to make, like tassels and things like that. I feel like I'm talking to air because no one's responding. Are y'all still here? Do I have peoples? It says I have peoples, but chat's not my chat's not moving at all. So I can't tell if I still am. Am I? Oh, we're listening. Okay, Tanya. Good. At least I know y'all are here. And I'm not just talking to air and empty space. At least I'm talking to somebody. Anyhow, so y'all just leave comments and let me know what you want to see. And that kind of thing. But for right now, it looks like it's going to be altered boxes and journals till Christmas. Unfortunately, because that's what I got to get done. And then after Christmas, even though I know fall is over, I'm going to be making a sunflower journal because I love sunflowers and I want to have sunny, happy thoughts. Because by then it's going to be cold here. I mean, it's already cold here, but by then winter will really be here and it will be yucky. So we're going to have a sunflower journal, which will make us have happy thoughts, hopefully. Because that's the world I live in. So, or the world I would like to live in, I should say. So, and the other thing I wanted to say to y'all, when the weather is like this, and there's only 3 of you here, but hopefully somebody, anybody watching later will stay long enough. When the weather is like this, I have seasonal affective disorder, as well as some other things. I have panic. I have anxiety. I suffer from severe depression. But when the weather is like this, like it's been since Saturday or Sunday, no. It's been like this for a while, on and off. But pretty much since last Thursday, we've had rain and gloom and yuck all the time. And when it gets like this and it's just dark and gloomy outside, my seasonal affective disorder kicks in, which makes my depression worse, which doesn't help my anxiety and my panic. And some of that's why I haven't been wanting to go live. I don't feel like being, and I love all of y'all, so don't take this wrong. It's just a chore to even think about what am I going to make? What are we going to do? I don't really want to have to be the entertainment today. I just don't feel like it. I mean, I'm sure everybody has those days where it's just like, I just don't feel like it today. And when it's like 5 and 6 days straight of doom and gloom outside and there's no sunshine, it really gets me down and makes it hard for me. Today, I made myself go live because I knew we needed to get the project book done so I could move on to other things. And so I wanted to get the little pocketbook done, and I keep closing it, and it's going to glue itself together. Well, no, that's dry now. So I wanted to get our pocketbook done, and I need to get moved on to other things. And I've been crafting when I'm not on here. I've got a black and white journal video that's going up later. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to start that one. It's a walkthrough. It won't be live, though. I'm going to just do a recorded walkthrough of it so that I can get pictures, and I can get it posted in the group that it's in. It's in Newbie Junk Journal Makers or something like that. It's a Facebook group. I'll put their link down below. Their link will definitely be down below on that video. And don't forget about the purple material in the Etsy store. I know there were several people who were interested in the purple material. It is now up. So don't forget about that. The 14 by 36 inch pieces. I know when I make a book or a journal, my covers usually are the 11 long and only 8.5 tall. So being that it's 14 inches tall, you could really, and 36 inches long, it's going to make several book covers if you wanted to make a whole lot of purple books. That kind of thing. And the one that's 36 by 36.5, or 3 feet by 3.5 feet is what it is. It's 3 feet by 3.5 feet. That one, and I may have to re-edit that because I think I put 36.5 inches and it's not. It's 40 inches. It's 36 inches by 40 inches. But that one's going to make a whole lot of books as well. I kept out some for myself. I can't possibly use all that purple material. So it's in the Etsy store. Which envelopes, Tanya? In the red one? Uh-oh. I don't know which envelopes. Tanya, me and you can talk later and we'll figure out which envelopes so I can put that on my list of things to do because I will definitely be putting envelopes in the other journals. So yeah, because I need to make envelopes for that journal. I have to make some envelopes for the Artie Mays journal. Even though her kits come with everything you need, and most kits do, if you download a downloadable kit, most of them come with everything that you need to make a journal. I really like to use not only what is provided, but I like making my own tags and my own envelopes and my own tuck spots and belly bands and that kind of thing. So I like to put my stamp on it by not just using what's in the kit, but by using things that I make myself. So, Tanya, we can see, that's one of those things, Tanya, where I'm like, when I'm doing the journal, we can definitely, I can do a video where we make ephemera one day for that journal and we go over how do I make my envelopes, my tags, and that kind of thing. Because we can cover a lot of that in a 2-hour span. So, yep. That's what we would, I'll definitely have a day where we do ephemera for the journal. I've already made some paper clips. I still haven't decided on what I have the material. Excuse me. I have the cover made, but I haven't decided what images from the kit I'm putting on the cover yet. So that's where the cover is to that book. But y'all have all seen me make a cover. It's cardstock and paper. In this case, well, I don't think I used the cardstock and paper one. I think I made a different way. But it's cardstock that I printed on both sides of. And the other one I made, I used Peltex and I put paper on both sides of the Peltex. So either cover that I use, I still have to figure out an image for it. But I went on and did that because I know y'all have all seen me make covers to journals. So it's, I don't want to take up time doing the same things over and over and over again that y'all see. If y'all want to see them over and over, I'll do that. I just don't want to bore you guys. I don't want it to be like, oh, she's doing another cover. Oh my. How many different ways can we do a cover? That kind of thing. So, but I think we're going to go ahead and get off of here before YouTube. Excuse me, I ran out of coffee. I think we're going to go ahead and get off of here before YouTube messes me up again and we start spinning. And I will be back on Saturday at 2:00 Eastern time. And we'll be working on altered boxes. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I've not done it before. Okay, Tanya, I'll message you pretty soon. I have to just make some coffee and clean up my desk a little bit. Oh, and I need to get that other video done so I can get it up. But yeah, I'll message you soon. Okay, guys, thanks for coming. And I really, really do love everybody. And I thank you for your support and hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I'll see y'all Saturday. Bye.